Hey teacher friends, now we're going to look at another artificial intelligence tool that Google provides. So as part of our jurisdiction, you have a full license to this, and it's called Notebook LM. And it does some different things than what the chatbots do. So we are going to take that content that we just created. So we used Gemini's deep research tool to create this lengthy document to help us out with the new grade 7 curriculum that's coming for grade 7, 8, 9 next year. We've got the social studies stuff done, so we created this document. Now we're going to go to Notebook LM and we're going to do some different things over there. So I'm going to create a new notebook on Notebook LM. And it asks me to upload sources. So where this one gets really kind of neat for classroom use is you can load your teaching documents into it, and then students can ask it questions and engage with the content, but it's contained. It's contained to only what you provide the particular notebook. So I'm going to just go to Google Drive here, and I'm going to grab that document that we just created using Gemini's deep research, and I'm going to insert that into this Notebook LM. And so it's going to give me a little bit of a summary here in a moment. Now I could put many more notes and sources into this if I wanted to, because this is a demonstration video. I'm not going to spend a bunch of time loading stuff in. We've just given it 12 pages about the time and place outcome for the new grade 7 social studies. So the making of a nation, security, war, and sovereignty. And it's given me a little bit of a summary here. And I can start asking it questions. And so it gives some suggestions of questions. So let's just click in on that suggestion. It's going to review the content from the sources that I have provided it. And then it's going to give an answer. So it's a different way that kids could potentially study for different subjects. So now if we go back to the Notebook LM, so there's the title. If I go back to the Notebook LM screen, there it is. And so I can share that through Google Classroom. I can use it for myself. It can be very helpful if you're having to do a bit of research involving a few documents of empirical data, stuff like that. So I've got the ability to talk to the document or to talk to the sources. Now over here on Studio, there's a bunch of things that it can do to help out. And so I could have it generate a video explaining the contents of this. I can do an audio overview. So we're going to click on that one right away here, and we're going to just see what it can generate for us in the way of an audio overview. These can be a fantastic way to start a unit or to wrap up a unit. So let's just let it generate one for us. Okay, so now we have an audio file here, how Mounties and World War I won Canada independence. I'm going to hit play so that you can get a bit of a sense as to how this sounds.
Welcome back to Deep Dive. Today we are jumping into something that, on the surface, feels like a really surprising historical link.
It's a connection most people wouldn't make, I think.
Exactly. How did a group of policemen on horseback, the original Mounties, and the soldiers fighting in the trenches of World War I, how did they become the unexpected architects of Canada's independence?
Mm-hmm.
We're setting our scene in post-1867 Canada. You've got this huge expanding dominion, but it's...
So that was done based off the document we provided while I was over, I don't know, making supper for my family, or while I went out for a walk with my dog. It built me that. So I've got an 11.5-minute podcast type file now that is based off this data. You may have noticed while that was generating that over here we've got a button to try deep research, and so it is included within Notebook LM. So we can do the deep research either on the Gemini chatbot like we did a little while ago, or we've got an opportunity for it in here as well. Now you're probably interested in some of these other things that are over here. So the video overview will generate a file very much like it did for this audio. I'm not going to do that on this video because it's just going to have to sit there and it'll take some time. But there's other things I can do as well. Like let's click on flashcards and see what we get. Okay, so let's see what we've got in these flashcards now. What was the primary challenge Canada faced after Confederation in 1867 regarding its territory? The new country had to govern huge unsettled Western territories and protect its interests across the continent. And then over here now, it will assess the relevance, it's gathering the facts, and it's going to give us a little explanation because I hit that. So there's a fairly detailed explanation as to what's going on with this card. So I can press the space bar to flip it, or I can use these little arrow buttons. The development of Canada's armed forces and national police was central to its transition from a self-governing colony to a sovereign nation. Okay, so that was in Studio. So to get back to that other screen, let's hit the Studio button. And let's have it do one more thing for us. Let's have it construct a slide deck for us based off the sources. So we'll give this a couple minutes to create that for us as well. Okay, so now we've got a slide deck here. Let's see what we get. Okay, 2 fronts of forging a nation, Canada's path to sovereignty, how the dual challenges of internal expansion and external war shaped Canada's security forces and secured its independence. And then here's how it looks as a slide presentation. So I can share it. I can download it. I can start the slideshow. Fantastic. So I'm going to use the escape key to get out of that, and I can expand the viewer there as well. So I'm just going to download it just for curiosity's sake to see what kind of file format it comes down in. And it comes down as a PDF document. So the slideshow would be viewed from inside Notebook LM. So it's created me this beautiful slide deck for teaching or for studying or whatever I would want to use that for inside of my classroom. So let's go back to Studio. And you can see there are still a few more things that can be created within Notebook LM, and we'll look at those in another video. Thanks for watching.